here, where people were learning that Dan McConkey, our current state senator, was going to retire soon. So he ended up retiring in February, and I had not thought about state senate. And one of the reasons I didn't think about state senate was because I loved the 51st district, so I love, not past tense, I love the 51st district so much. I was born and raised in this community. Palatine is my home. And I was even nervous about branching outside of Palatine and representing Lake Zurich and Hawthorne Woods my first go around, but then I fell in love with those communities too. And I realized how much we have in common when you actually knock on people's door and ask about what's important to them. And then I never thought about running for state senate because I was like, it's kind of a crazy district, right? It covers all these Barringtons. There's 5 of them. Don't ask me why. It goes all the way up to Volo, into Libertyville, into Wakanda, Algonquin, Mundelein. So, I'm definitely missing some municipalities, so don't hold it against me. But I remember one of the biggest defining moments for me was after HR 1, after the budget bill, the federal administration that Trump passed. When it came down, we got some statistics in Springfield. And it showed us that in my district, in the 51st district, how many people would be left without SNAP and Medicaid if the changes were to go into effect. And my heart broke. Those are actually our neighbors. And then I looked at the 52nd district, which is the other half of the state senate district, the 52nd House district, which is the other half of the state senate district that I don't represent, that is currently represented by Republican Marty McLaughlin and represented by Senator Darby Hills. And there are more Medicaid and SNAP recipients that will no longer have access to health care and food that live in the other half of the district. And I thought that those people that are in the most vulnerable position that they may ever be in their life, when they need food assistance and when they need health care, they are going to be left with a representative who frankly does not give a damn. And maybe even if they do care, they're too scared of their party to say anything about it. And I really think, this upcoming election, it's not about Democrats winning, it's about good people winning. It's about people that are willing to actually put people over party and say that people deserve to have access to healthcare, people deserve to have access to food, people deserve these basic human rights. And I know it sounds like I'm talking a lot about federal, but there's so much at the state level that we're having debates about. We had a hearing for SNAP recently where we learned that a minimum cost of $700 million for a state budget because the federal administration changed things with SNAP. And there are people denying that people will be kicked off with SNAP. And that's the kind of denial that we're hearing in Springfield from the other side. And we need to fight that. We need to fight that at every single level. Because that is the comfort and the happiness and the joy of our neighbors, and whether or not they'll be happy to wake up the next year or whether or not they'll be stressed putting food on the table for their kids. So I really went into the whole reason. I thought I'd keep it short. I told many of you I'd keep it short. But all that to say is this is such an incredible moment for our country, where we're in a situation where so many people's rights are under attack, but we have opportunities here locally to flip seats and make sure that we have champions advocating for us in Springfield. And I will say, this job is so stressful, but I left, I parked in a garage in Springfield. They just got a new garage, it's very nice. And I remember leaving this garage and I was thinking, goodness, how lucky am I to park in this garage? What a privilege and an honor it is to go down to Springfield and fight for these things and have these battles that you see and you don't see for the sole purpose of looking out for our neighbors in our community. So thank you. Thank you for entrusting me with this. Thank you for being here to support me with this. And I want to say, my opponent has a crap ton of money, okay? She has more money than I can ever, I might ever earn in my life. And it's clear. I know I've heard from many of you, you're getting mail pieces that are paid for through the state of Illinois, but they're actually, money is being funneled from her campaign and from her personal funds to pay for those mail pieces. You're seeing advertisements, you're seeing all these events pop up, things that her office is able to do that we're not able to do simply because we don't have a slush fund to do so. And I think, it seems intimidating and it seems scary, but I want you to remember that we won this district back when I was 23 years old in the 51st House District. And to think that this community that has historically been represented by a Republican because of you all, because of the voters, because of the community, because of people knocking on doors and listening and having empathetic conversations, that district could flip and elect for the first time not only the youngest woman ever elected to the Illinois General Assembly, but the first South Asian woman and one of the first Muslims. And you know, I'm checking a lot of diversity right here in Palatine, Illinois. And now we're going to take this fight to the state Senate, and we're going to show that good, compassionate policies will always win. So thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you all so much for being here. It's so wonderful to see this very full room, faces that I've seen before and brand new ones. I am so happy that you're here. My name is Megan. I'm Nabeela's campaign manager. I've worked with Nabeela for the past 5 years. Which feels so long now, but I love it. It has my entire passion, and so I'm just really happy to be back, and I'm happy to be here with you all. I grew up in Lake Zurich, which is a part of the 51st district, also obviously a part of the 26th district, and it is a historically pretty conservative area, and growing up, I definitely felt that. I felt the effects of that on, even our policies and the way that it trickled down to, how we grew up. And I think for me, there was times when I felt like I wanted to push back from that. I wanted to get away. I went away to college because there were things that it didn't feel right to me. Those weren't the values that I have. And then, when I came back here, there was this really young woman running for state representative who, instead of saying, actually, I don't really want to be here, I'm going to distance myself, I'm going to go somewhere else, she looked around rooms like this and saw that actually our values are aligned, that there are people in this district who care about this, who want to see this change. And honestly, I really believe we're the majority, but we have to make it happen, right? We have to do it for the young people. And honestly, at that time, I didn't even know that there were older people in the community who were already organizing, already working, even before Nabeela decided to run, to make this happen. And we have to build on that momentum. And that's what we want to do here. So we have a lot of tasks for you in the next 6.5 months. I have so many tasks, it's unbelievable. It's just way too many. But I do want to ground us in something, in that, yes, we're going to get those tasks done and we're going to do those things, but the real thing that we have to do is build something together. And build something that's going to last past Election Day, because this doesn't end, right? What we build here, we also carry forward. We carry forward to pushing on the policies that we want to see passed. Because all of this, we all have different reasons for being in this room. I know why I'm here every single day, and I just shared a little bit about that with you all. But I have a couple asks for you all, and I really want you to commit to trying to do this. And the first one is that when you leave here today, think of why you came here today, right? We all got out of bed and we put on our clothes and we came here. But actually, what made you walk through that door? And I want you to think about that, and I want you to share it with one other person who is not here today. Please do, because this is all going to come down to what relationships do we have, and how can we be our leaders in this community to make this thing happen. And the second thing is that I kind of think that y'all already did this. I want you to sign up, or I want you to commit to 2 of the things that Claire is going to walk through today. So how many of you already signed up for at least 2 things? Okay, scratch that. 4 things. Y'all are wonderful and amazing, and I love it. 4 things. And I am not just asking you to sign up for those things. This can feel really easy. Okay, you put your name down, you put your phone number down. Great. I want you, when you write your name down, to commit to doing it. Meaning, we're going to call you, and we're going to ask you to come. And you need to come. Because we have so much work to do. And truly, volunteer, we know the goals that we have, and we want to share that with you all. But this is how it's going to happen. We have so much at stake and so much to do. It is not going to be handed to us. We absolutely have to dig in and do it over the next 6.5 months. So I'm going to stop there. My requests are share your story with one other person and commit to 4 of these tasks. I'm going to pass on the phone.
Let's give a hand to it.
Hey everyone. Some of you know me, some of you
don't, my name's Claire. I am Nabeela's deputy campaign manager. I am from Michigan originally. I'm from rural Michigan. And so living and working in, I don't live in the district, but I feel like I do because I'm here quite often. Actually, working in this district is really amazing. It feels like a home away from home, and I'm really glad to have made really good relationships with people and to really envision what can be done in a place like where I'm from in Michigan. I don't think something like this could happen, and so it's really rewarding to be here. I'm from Muskegon, Michigan, right here. And so I'm really glad to be here with you all. And like Megan said, we have some tasks for you all. I want to add one thing to that is, you know, our world is online. It's on our phones, on our computers. It's the way people communicate and the way people share how they're feeling about things. So when you see things from Nabeela that she's posted, even when we post things, you know, for our students for Nabeela group, you know, if you can share those, talk about those things, also help us get the word out online, that would be great. It's one of the easiest things to do. There's no real commitment to that besides pressing a button, and it really helps in more ways than you know. So if you can add that to our list of tasks, that would be fantastic. But we do have this stuff over here, and I want to walk us all through it. These are more of our immediate asks and our immediate opportunities for you all. And so we do have our Memorial Day Parade in Wakanda. This is from 10 to, I don't actually know how long.
Why is it like earlier, like 8:30, unfortunately,
yes.
and then I think it's a
Is
long
it the same
parade,
day
too.
as the Palatine Parade?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Okay, but I'm sorry. I was just saying, but this is a really large parade, and also, you know, frankly, this is a newer part of the district where potentially we are less known, and so the request is that if you can come to it, that'd be great. I don't know.
Is it in that central part of Wakanda?
Yeah, I think it's just down, but the lineup is at Wakanda High School.
I know, I feel you. It's uncomfortable sometimes, Palatine's it, but that's why we don't have presence in Wakanda, so we're trying to build that
Okay.
presence.
This is a part of our district.
And if you are living in Wakanda, this would be fantastic for you to come in your backyard. I know we have a lot of things in the 51st part of the district, so this is really cool that we
What
have.
time is it?
So lineup is at 8:30, and then it begins at 10. But we will have like decorating and things to do with
I'll
that.
send you an email.
Yes, and so if anyone, thank you, Kathy. Wherever you, thank you, Kathy, for being our first sign up. If anyone else would like to put their name up here, if they think that they can commit to this, we can circle back as well, or you can do it in secret. But our next urgent thing is our first Canvas launch, and so we really want to build a good system of having people filter in the office on weekends when we have our Canvas launches. This one is at 10 a.m. You would meet right here, and we would go Canvas for a few hours. I think probably 10 to 1. If anyone is feeling brave to come up here, I have a marker. I would love if someone could commit to coming to our first Canvas launch.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all didn't have to sit in the awkward silence.
Now I have a question. So who's gonna come up here second?
Yeah.
Can you write my name? Because I have a hard time reading.
Sure, Mary.
Mary.
Mary? What's your last name?
Dooms, like doomsday.
Thank you, Mary.
And you spelled it right.
Wonderful.
Well, you told me how.
You put Mary second. Why did you put Mary second, not yours second?
Okay.
I
I wrote it down
I was
first.
just kidding. I was just kidding.
All right. Oh, here I'm gonna take this
Thank
right
you.
here.
Thank
Whoever's
you.
gonna come up here next. Oh, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's yours, yes.
Okay.
I
Yes.
was just
Okay,
teasing.
and
I
then
know.
a very similar ask. The
When are you
very
gonna come out
next
here?
day, we're gonna have a Canvas
We're gonna come out
launch
next
as well.
Saturday. I already sent you a
So
link.
if the 23rd doesn't work
Next
for you, but the
Saturday?
24th does,
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday. If anyone
Not sure.
thinks that they'll be able to come through
Not sure.
and knock some doors with us, love it.
Woohoo!
Woo. What is next Saturday? Next Saturday is the 23rd. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Where will you be canvassing, do you know, on the different days?
Ooh, probably close by to the office.
Yeah.
Somewhere in either Milton or Barrington, but also we can be somewhat flexible. If you have
Maybe
specific
not.
areas.
But maybe I can come for the
Yes.
Memorial Day thing. I need to just put a day away just to pack, because like every day I have something.
Okay, I forgot a piece of what I was supposed to say, so sorry. But Thank you.
Oh,
Wait, sorry, can I get your attention really quick? So for this last one, these workshops, so this is the first of a series of workshops that we're gonna do. So, you know, this is for everyone. Campaigning is for everyone. And a lot of times we just expect people to know what a canvas is or that pretend like it's not intimidating or really hard to knock on doors, because it is. Like, it's hard for everyone. It's a little scary for everyone. My heart still beats like a little bit. And so if you have never done it before, but you actually want to like figure out what it looks like and get some support and even see if it's something you'd be interested in, if you join us on the 30th of May, which is also a Saturday, for a couple hours, and we're gonna dive into it a little bit. I will say this is also really good for people who have done canvassing before but have never been properly trained, because there are better and worse ways to knock on doors. And so we're going to talk about that. We'll also dig a little bit deeper into Nabeela's policies and her platform. So if you're curious to get more than just like our flyer or like literature, please come. I think it's gonna be a good time, and I think it's a great way to also meet other folks. So this is the start of a series of other trainings. So there's gonna be Canvas. We're also gonna talk about what a one-on-one is. We're gonna do a lot of different kinds of series of trainings so that y'all can be able to do some things on your own for the campaign. Okay.
Cool.
What's up? Yeah. Oh, no, we gotta get commitments.
Okay, we're gonna get commitments.
Oh, okay, I'm doing that too. Yeah, so who here wants to commit? We need two people to commit to this. Yes, amazing. Thank you, Pat.
What's the time on it?
Yeah, good question. 10 to 12. Yeah.
I've been ordered.
Oh, we already. Y'all are great.
Okay.
You know, it's
You're
a
team.
team or a team. Oh.
Love it. And that's a good point. When you do have your like first canvas, please know that you can go out with a partner. It makes it so much better, so much easier. Like, can you believe that door? Or, oh my God, we have a supporter. Like, it's really great to go with someone.
Is Senator Villa out there still?
Yeah, she is. Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. Okay, I just want to preface, I did not know Senator Villa was gonna be here today. But here she is because she consistently shows up. And I'm gonna put you on the spot. I would love for you to come join us here. And I want you to know, I'm running for state senate for all the reasons I mentioned. I'm also running for state senate, so I have the honor and the privilege of serving alongside Senator Karina Villa. So,
hi everyone. Team Nabeela. Oh my gosh, I have heard the legend of Team Nabeela and what you all can do. And we saw when you helped her get into the House, and now we're gonna watch the same journey as you help her get to the Senate. This time in history, we need people to stand up and be bold about who they are and what they stand for. And that is Nabeela. Nabeela reaches across the aisle but stands firmly on her priorities in regards to working people. She builds bridges, but when she crosses that bridge to talk to folks on the other side, she will also keep it real. And talk about how this federal administration is impacting our seniors, impacting our students with special needs, impacting our healthcare. She doesn't shy away from those tough conversations. That is why the door game is where it's at.
Yes.
In this time when you're on social media and you're constantly inundated with news after news after news story, when you actually have a human being who knocks on your door and you're able to have a meaningful exchange with them, that's how we flip districts. Because I flipped a seat in 2018 to become a state rep. I flipped the Jim Oberweis seat in 2020. And the fact that Bill is here, who helped me do both of those things, is so amazing. Oh my gosh! I didn't see you. Oh my god! They're experts in helping flip districts, so I'm so excited that they're gonna be here doing this work with you. Listen, Nabeela is a sister to me. This is so deep right now, what you're embarking on. And it takes so much bravery and courage because she has to win. There's no other option because this seat for state rep will no longer be hers, period. So she must win in the Senate so she can keep doing the work of the people in the Illinois General Assembly. And I know that this team is gonna make sure that she gets there. I cannot wait to call you officially, I already am calling her Senator. Well, to officially call you Senator, I can't wait, and I'm gonna be here with you all to help make sure that that happens.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know, I get chills whenever people talk about the long journey. So it is really why we're here, and you all can help us achieve that for Nabeela and for this district.
One quick question.
Yes.
What is the time of the canvas workshop?
10 to 12.
10 to 12.